Good morning. My name is Pastor Mose, and today's topic is how do you want to be remembered? If we read the Bible, in Genesis 32:24 until 32, we read a story of two brothers, Jacob and Esau. I want to talk about those two brothers. Those two brothers. I want to talk about that. But in reality, I'm going to talk about respect and promise. So stay tuned and don't miss my topic today. Listen and watch until the end. Recently, a man who had passed away and the family wanted the funeral pastor to do something special with the body. Everybody dies sooner or later, and they left the body. They go somewhere else. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about afterlife. But what I'm going to talk about is you left the body here. Your body left here. And your family and your loved one should do something with the body. That family wanted to do something special with the body. This man was a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And this is how the family wanted him remembered. So they told the funeral director that instead of placing his body in a coffin, they wanted the man placed on a recliner with the television playing Pittsburgh Steelers highlights. See? In the funeral, the family asked to have a television broadcasting a recap of a sport team that was special for the dead. Thus, the family wanted him to be remembered. How do you want to be remembered? I have a question for you. How do you want to be remembered? You don't have to wait until you're dead and the family decide for you how they want you to be remembered. Sometimes family decide how do you want to be remembered. But you don't have to wait until then that your body left here. The family decides. And this is how the family wanted the rest of the people that was present there and his friends and everybody remember them. This was the lasting impression that was imprinted on the mind of people who knew him. When you live on earth, وقتی که اینجا زندگی میکنی مردم تو رو میشناسن، یک سری خاطراتی ازت دارن. اولین دفعه که دیدنت when you meet them for the first time there is a first impression, and when you die there is last impression. During those encounter, those connection, those everything that you had together, whatever it is, people have something in their mind about you. Right? That is the last impression. Some people, after people die, they begin thinking about the goodness of that woman or a man. Oh, I remember so and so and so, he did this, he said this, she said that, she did that. It's too late. I know. They want to remember her, they want to remember him as the way they want it. Because people think positively after body has left. When body left, they don't want to think about negative things about that person. They want to think positively. So they remember all the good things. Or sometimes they fake. Oh, I had a dream last night. He came to my and told me something. So they want to revive the goodness of that person that the body left here. But now we come to the exciting part. Respect and promise. I promise you, if you die, I respect you and I will come to your ceremony, funeral ceremony, and I come to your grave, but I don't promise to cry, but I can promise you that I respect you and come to your funeral. The question I have for you today, the question is a simple one. I have a simple question from you. How do you want people to remember you? What do you want me to do? I promise you I come to your funeral ceremony. So answer it for me. What do you want me to do in your funeral after your death? When you die, what should I do? وقتی مردی ما باید چی کار بکنیم؟ وقتی که مردی ما باید چی کار بکنیم؟ One day all of us going to die. No matter what. Your body left here. Maybe you go and spend your time with Jesus, I don't know. But your body left here. Sooner or later. یک روزی باید بدنت رو بگذاری به خودت بری. How do you want people to remember you? Some of us might die soon. Some of us might not die for a while. And we have to think about lasting impression. All of us think about first impression. When we have an interview, when we want to meet someone, when we want to go for a date, we think about first impression. But nobody thinks about last impression. What do you want to be remembered for? So let's go to the Bible. And I told you I want to talk about two brothers, Jacob and Esau. They were twins. And we heard that time heals all wounds. But when we don't have time, you cannot forget, you cannot forgive. But in Jacob's case, he wasn't so sure. After so many years, he wasn't sure that his brother forgave him. Everybody knows the story of Jacob and Esau, two brothers. Jacob steal his brother's blessing. But Esau wasn't so innocent. He chose. He chose himself. He had one choice. He had one choice and he made that one choice. غذا رو بر بلسینگ ترجیح داد. یعقوب یک کاسه آش داشت و اون گشنه بود. غذا رو که آماده شده بود گرفت و بلسینگش رو فروخت. یعنی معامله کرد. غذا که آماده شده بود رو از برادرش گرفت، بلسینگش رو به برادر داد. He knew what it's like to be cheated. Jacob experienced being cheated. He works 7 years, to complete 7 years, to get what he wanted. He wanted to get married to Rachel, the woman he loved. And he get manipulated. He get cheated by the uncle to marry Rachel. So he knew what it was like to be cheated. When he wanted to return to his brother, he knew that. What he did to his brother. He knew that what deceitful is. And deceit damage relationship. For a man who was just as deceitful as Jacob. یه ضرب مثل است میگن دست بالای دست بسیار است. تو میتونی خیلی خوب دروغ بگی، میتونی منیپولیت بکنی، بگی همینه که هست، ما همینه که انجام میدیم، من ناراحتت کردم، بدرفتاری بکنی هیچی نمیگه، بدرفتاری بکنی هیچی نمیگه. تو هم میتونی بگی من بدرفتاری میکنم همینه که هست، میخوای بخواه نمیخوای نخواه. But whatever you believe in, karma, God, or anything like this, there is a circle. It comes back to you. Your behavior comes back to you in a way that you don't expect. Circumstances and coincidences happen, and it comes back to you. Let's give Jacob the benefit of the doubt. He wasn't so sure that after those years his brother forgave him. Maybe you can recall some of the moments that have trigger the moment that you manipulated somebody, even for a good cause. You manipulated somebody that person triggered that. You steal something from somebody else, even he was not so innocent. He made a mistake. That person made a mistake. And because of that mistake, you steal something from that person. Maybe you remember that. That's why I don't hold any grudge. When you die, or when your loved one die, I go and attend funeral of your loved one. Maybe you cheat somebody for a good cause. You might remember life didn't start out on a best note for Jacob. First, his brother concurred him to birth first. There is a twin in the womb, and one of them should go first, and the other one should come second. Maybe in today's world is not important who comes first and who comes second, but at that time it was very important. The first that come out of the womb is the firstborn and get all the blessing. The second one get nothing. So it's very important who comes first and who comes second. That was the first time his brother became victorious and became firstborn. And the second time, Esau was his father's favorite. پسر محبوب پدر ایسا بود. Jacob was the second. This is the second time. But in order to balance this, Rebecca favored Jacob over the Esau. To balance that, God always do something like this. Maybe you have all the blessing, but God do something that somebody else get something that you don't have, like Rebecca and Jacob. ممکنه که مادر تو رو دوست نداشته باشه، مادر من رو دوست داشته باشه و تو رو دوست نداشته باشه. این امکان وجود داره. Okay. As a matter of fact, maybe a better way of saying they are jostling each other is to say that they were trying to crush one another. There was a fight. There was a fight between two brothers. So, from the very beginning, life was a struggle between two brothers, Jacob and Esau. To make matters worse, Isaac came up with this wonderful idea of how to keep sibling rivalry to a minimum. Father didn't want competition between brothers, so he favored one of them, firstborn. And قضایا رو بدتر کرد. فرستبورن شده بود، پدره بدترش کرد. پسر بزرگ رو شد favorite son. then there was an incident with his two birthright. So Jacob wasn't entirely to blame because Esau made a mistake and gave his birthright to Jacob in the first place. And Esau wasn't completely innocent, and Jacob wasn't completely innocent. None of them was innocent. Between brothers, two brothers, none of them was innocent. But it's not the point. None of that really is the point. The point is, how do you want to be remembered? Jacob remembered for two things. Jacob remembers to be a cheater, and Jacob remembers to be father of Israel. He was father of 12 tribes of Israel. Who do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Cheater, manipulator, or father of Israel? That's your choice. How do you want to be remembered? Although he already gave his blessing to his brother, but at the end he tried to get it back. So when you give your book to somebody, you cannot get it back. You cannot come and get the book from me. You cannot, because you already gave the book to me. You already give the book to me. So you cannot come and get the book from me. Period. It's matter of respect and promise. Don't try to steal the book from me. Amen. With your manipulation, with your gossip, with anything that in your power you want to get the book from me. You cannot do that. Although I don't say anything, بد رفتاری کن. ولی من هیچی بهت نمیگم. But things happen. Esau wanted to kill Jacob. Mother heard Esau's intention. So he sent Jacob away. And the excuse was, I want my son to get married overseas, over other side. I want my son get married the other side. I don't want to get married here. I want my son get married the other side. That was the excuse. That's why he sent the son over there with the excuse. Now comes the moment of truth. Everybody play a role in this drama. Father, mother, two brothers. Everybody play a role in this drama. Nobody said, من مسئول هیچی نیستم، ما مسئول هیچی نیستیم. Everybody was responsible and played a role in this drama that happened between two brothers. When Jacob was going to come back to his brother, he wasn't sure that he forgave him. That's why he sent so many men beforehand. میفرستیم اینو میفرستیم دیگه کیو بفرستیم باز دیگه کیو بفرستیم دوباره کیو بفرستیم همش میفرستن دیگه کیو بفرستیم تا اینکه مطمئن بشن که بخشیده میفرستن تا اینکه مطمئن بشن که بخشیده برادر بخشیده بعد اینقدر بفرستن تا مطمئن بشن که برادر بخشیده. So what is happening now? They want to make sure that no harm come to Jacob. They say, we got your back. I don't want you to get hurt by your brother. What is happening? I'm talking about respect and promise. They want to make sure no harms come to Jacob. I got your back. Well, we did what you said. And my brother, any word about him? No, not much. Except that he has 400 men with him. I can actually hear Jacob reach for more of those pills at the sound of that report. Esau is coming. So Jacob wasn't sure he's coming to fight or he's coming to reconcile. Maybe time doesn't heal old wounds. Maybe nobody forget, nobody forgive what you did. من که هیچی نگفتم هرچی بد رفتاری کردی که هیچی بهت نگفتم ولی من چیزی رو تو قلبم نگه نمیدارم ولی ممکنه برای همه اینجوری نباشه. Nobody is forgiving as me. I'm a forgive a man. من یک شخص بخشنده ولی همه مثل من بخشنده نیست. I can forgive easily. هرچی بد رفتاری کردی چی بهت نگفتم ولی همه مثل من بخشنده نیستن. So Jacob devised a plan in case his brother attacked him. You don't know. You are not sure if your plan A works, so you change to plan B. You change to plan B if brother attack. So you are ready in case your brother attack. So you change plan A to plan B in order to be sure, in order to be clear. If your brother attack, you are ready. He sent somebody first. میفرستیم ما میفرستیم یک سریال اول یک سریال رو میفرستیم تا مطمئن بشیم هیچ اتفاقی نمیفته. Then in Genesis 32:9 Jacob began to pray. He knew God had spoken to him and told him to leave Laban and return to his home country. But he was afraid. He wanted to go back home, but he was afraid. He wasn't sure his brother's reaction. He wanted God to deliver him from the hand of his brother. از برادرش میترسید. For I fear him. Genesis 32:11. از برادرش میترسید. دعا کرد که خدا از دست برادر نجاتش بده. Then something happened. Jacob didn't let go. He held on all the more. هرچی گفتن ولش کن ولش نکرد. نباید هم ولش میکرد. برای چی باید ولش میکرد؟ خدا بهش صحبت کرده بود قبلا. وقتی که قبل از اینکه برگرده، قبل از که برگرده های اتفاق افتاد. وقتی داشت اون چادر مبارزه میکرد، مرد رو ول نکرد. هرچی مرده گفت ول کن ولش کن مرده گفت ولش کن، جیکوب ولش نکرد. هرچقدر مرده گفت ولش کن، این ولش نکرد. تا موقعی که برکت رو دریافت نکرد ولش نکرد. حالا هرچقدر شما میخواین بگید ولش کن، نمیتونی کتاب رو از من بگیری. نمیتونی برگردی و کتاب رو از من بگیری. حتی اگه بخوای منیپولیت بکنی، امکان نداره کتاب رو بتونی از من بگیری. At the end, I want to ask a question again. How do you want to be remembered? As a jerk? As a gentleman? As someone kind? Or what? It's up to you. Peace of God be with you all.